welcome to this week's demo, and also welcome to this week's demo. Yes, I am behind posting my bubble, the blog, because I forgot to make the video. Well, I filmed the video, but I forgot to post it, and so I'm just behind. But Halloween is, over now, so now I can focus back on creating. Also, finally, all the construction is done outside. Yay!
Oh, good.
They actually poured concrete on Monday, and they were like, we'll be back a little bit later in the week to finish up, but it won't be very difficult, from here on out. And I was like, oh my gosh, thank you. So I was very, very, very happy about that. Okay, so today we are going to be making doodle and circle mini books, or something along those lines. I was telling Jay, doodles, circles, mini books, the combination of the three. So that's what we're working on today. So I have this giant circle paper punch. I used this earlier this week in my card class, but I was like, you know what? I want to just what if I wanted to make a miniature book quickly? I can use just a little circle punch. So I'm just gonna grab some white paper here, and you can just pop out your little fun shapes. So my whole book is gonna be this size. It's gonna be a small little book, and I'm gonna probably pop out 6 little shapes. So I'm also gonna use my fun art, and I have this. I know I love doing art. I love doing things with my art. But my thought would be, how fun would it be if we only popped out part of the images, and then we actually take our fun pens and doodle the rest. So then that way you can kind of have a fun kind of combination of a little bit of art that then might inspire you to then doodle from that. Because I don't know about you, but I actually get a lot of customers that are like, I can't draw, or they're like, I don't feel very confident in doing any drawing. And so I'm like, well, you can take my art, and because I love to draw, and then you can just bounce from that, go and create something that is not exactly the same, but you're like, oh, I could do dots like that, or I can do little shapes similar to that. So I thought that we would cut out some fun little shapes here. So I have just a solid one, and then I'm going to do 4 decorative bits, and I can bring over some more paper if we need more. And then I'm going to do just my back page, and I'm just going to do another one of these guys. I know, aren't they so fun? Yes, I love them. And then because of the way that I'm going to put my book together, I'm also going to cut out 6 of these in a different color here, just like parchment. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So we have the kind of gray parchment, and then my paper, my doodles with all the little things popped out. And then I'm also going to grab some fun twine here, or some fun ribbon. And I've chosen black and red, but I think for this one, I'm actually going to do red. So with the Slicky pen, you can really get this super, super, super fine point, which is just absolutely amazing. Oh, it's so wonderful. But yes, so the Slicky, and then you have the standard $1.90 pen, your Uniball, Food No Suki, the glazed pen. So those are going to be the different pens that, if you're going to do doodling, those are the ones that I would probably most recommend.
I think I have this one. I think you ordered it.
Yes, the Food No Suki, I did. I love that pen. So for today, what I wanted to do here was just kind of show you that you can take black and white art that already exists, or you can take colored art that already exists out there, and you can just doodle from it. And it doesn't take a whole lot. And sometimes when we think of doodles, sometimes we think, oh, I have to think about every single thing I'm going to lay down. But honestly, when it comes to doodling, it should be kind of mindless, and it should kind of be a little bit more meditative, where you're not really thinking about it. You're just maybe doing some fun little dotting kinds of things. Maybe you're adding in some little fun lines just to kind of follow the similar kind of flow. And I know mine isn't perfect, and honestly, that's kind of the point, is that we don't want it to be perfect. We're just kind of adding some little doodly things. And so you can kind of do some little scallop things and putting little dots in the little scallops. I am the kind of person that when I have my druthers and I am just relaxing on the couch and I want my hands to stay busy, I will grab just a nice white book, like a little white notebook, and one of these pens, and just start doodling, just because it brings me joy and it keeps me busy and I don't have to think about it. And if you have a job where you're constantly stressed out, being a business owner, for example, sometimes you need to have those kinds of things where you're like, So sometimes I'll also go in and I might write little words, like the little messages. So we'll say, hello, how are you, friend? And little things, especially if you're going to be gifting this to someone, it might be kind of fun if there's little hidden things throughout. And you can do kind of a combination of fine line pens or larger pens. Hello, Karina. How are you today?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing great. We're doing little doodle mini books today for demo. You are welcome to join us if you would like. We got little chairs and stuff if you want to like join in the fun. And then I love the idea of having like tiny little like words kind of like underneath. And so I'm just gonna do like a tiny little section of just like a little hellos. And so kind of doing little doodles that maybe have like little words kind of hidden throughout. I know. I love it. And so we have hello, how are you, friend? And then hello. And so then I'm kind of using my little doodles to just kind of get tinier and tinier and tinier. And so kind of filling up my little space here. And so again, that way you have kind of a fun doodle, but then you can kind of have your little writing underneath just for fun. So I'm going to kind of go in here and just kind of create some other fun little things. And again, I'm not really thinking about like what I need to do, but I'm kind of doing a combination of like little dots, and you could do like little dot groupings where maybe you have like a little fun little circle, and then you kind of fill it in with fun little dots. Little eyeballs, yes. Yeah, I've done a lot of drawing of like eyes and things, especially when I was younger. But yeah, just kind of drawing like just like little bits kind of here and there, just kind of whatever makes you happy. Right. And then down here, I'm just gonna do some fun little things, kind of create like little ground, or maybe I'll create like little hash marks. Okay. All right, and I'm just gonna do some little things down here. So kind of just creating something a little different. And just for time's sake, I'm just gonna create some little baubles over here, some little circly things. And kind of just do some little swirls in there. It's kind of funny because obviously this is my art over here, so all of my dots are gonna be kind of similar to what I've already done, but you know. And
it looks like UFO stuff a little bit.
Yeah,
because those mushrooms are there's just something about them.
They are a little UFO-y,
Yeah.
aren't they? They could absolutely, you know, did you ever read that book When the Tripods Came? Did you ever read that when you were?
No.
It was a required reading for one of the classes that all right, so we're gonna call this mini book fun. Or if you were gifting this to someone, you could put their name on it, or you could call it like Doodles of Fun or something like that. So now you might be asking yourself, well, what's the point of this whole little book? You know, you could write like a little story, or you could do, you know, kind of whatever you think might be kind of fun. So my point is on the back side is that what we will do, so once you have what you're gonna create here, oh my back, I need something on the back. I'm just going to create like a quick little mini mushroom time. Okay. All right. So once you have decided what you're going to do for your little back, I'm going to add some little stars and things because I just need to fill that out a little bit. Okay. So now we're going to take our ribbon here, not our thread, and we are going to tape everything down. So we're going to start with the front of our book here. So this guy is going to go on this side, which I know seems totally opposite of what you would normally do. And you need to leave at least enough to have a little tie. And then we're going to go backwards here. Flip this over.
Oh.
And then this is going to be, because if this were to open, then this is going to be page 1. And I'm just going to put these kind of right next to each other. And I'm putting more tape on there than I would need, but that's okay. 1, 2, that's my last page. 3. And thinking about, and then before I put this one down, I'm going to put these on my back side. So these are going to be to lock in the ribbon. So if you wanted to write like a little story, this is where you might write your little story or little notes. And on the back side here, I'll lay these all on. What do you think?
What do you mean?
If you
What's your idea?
cross them like
Oh,
this way.
yes, then I could tie that. Yes, that's a perfect
If
idea.
that'll hold, I'm not sure.
I also am not sure. Let's see what happens. This was a half idea. This is usually how my little demos go. Half ideas. Yes, that does work. All right, beautiful. And then we can probably, what I'll need to do then is maybe arrange my title of my book so that would make more sense. I might make a new title later. But yes, that does work. Thank you, Daisy. I appreciate that. All right, so adding a little bit of color in those little groupings, just to kind of make it a little bit more fun. kind of tie in my colors a little bit. Now the Slicky pen, amazingly, the lines did not move. Normally with a gel pen, the lines are not waterproof, but with the fine line, amazingly, they actually stay in place, which is pretty incredible.
Okay, you said Slicky is not waterproof.
I did not think it was, but amazingly, it actually is. The lines are red now because I need my book to actually be able to close. So I'm gonna pop out a different one for that.
I also wonder if you did an odd number, would that work better for closing?
Oh, should I forget to make it close?
Yeah.
It's possible.
I'm trying to think about that.
All right, so we're gonna call this mini book fun. And there we have our tiny little mini book fun. And then we'll open it up, and then we have little doodles. Yay!
Yay.
Fun.
Nice.
All right, friends. Well, I'm not sure it will actually act as a little book that will close, but it's a little book nonetheless.
And you could just hang it up and it would look really cute.
Yes!